الله أكبر
الله
لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا وشفيعنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الذي أقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. وقال الله عز وجل في كلام الآخر إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام بين العبد وبين الكفر ترك الصلاة. وبعد. Dear respected brothers, sisters and beloved children, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I bear witness that none is worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I further testify Sayyidina Habibuna Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the last messenger and his servant. To whomever Allah guides, nobody can ever misguide them, and to whomever Allah leave to be misguided, nobody can ever guide them. This is what we believe. Having said this, we are in the month of Rajab, which is very close to becoming the month of Ramadan. After the month of Rajab ends, comes Sha'ban, and the month of Ramadan will be there. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam has encouraged us to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this manner, Allahumma barik lana fi Rajab wa Sha'ban wa ballighna Ramadan. O Allah, give us barakah in the month of Rajab and Sha'ban, and allow us to witness the month of Ramadan. This in itself is a great blessing and a great indication where you have seen the world celebrating their own festivals months in advance, preparing for all vested interests, financial interests and whatnot. Habibuna Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam have encouraged us 1500 years ago to start preparing month of Ramadan at least 2 months in advance. The fact that he has encouraged the Ummah to prepare for the month of Ramadan shows the importance of the month itself. The month of Ramadan is such a blessed month, it's not even worth dying after having come this close to the month of Ramadan. Thus Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said, ask Allah to give barakah in your life. Ask Allah to give you barakah so you can witness the month of Ramadan and take full advantage of it. Second, how do we prepare for the month of Ramadan? There are two very important components of the month of Ramadan. One is the Salaah. Salah is our communication tool with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salah is the method that we really relate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salah, prayer, is the way that we communicate and submit our request to Allah. Salah is the way that we show that we are committed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salah is the way that we show that we still believe in Him. Salah is everything for a believer. What is the place of prayer in Islam? Is just like the head over the body. A person may survive without a limb or two, but nobody, have you ever seen anybody survive without the head? Salah is of that component in Islam. Rasulullah said, the difference between believer and the non-believer is the missing of the prayer. So no matter what, in what condition and where we may be, as long as we are in the state of offering salah, we ought to do whatever we can. First and foremost, our loyalty and our commitment to Allah, the Creator, Allah.Once. After that, your employer, your supervisor, your surrounding, whatever you may want to talk about it. But priority goes to Allah.Once. So whenever the time comes, a believer stands before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying Allahu Akbar and submit himself or herself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah says, Inna salata kanat ala al-mu'minina kitaban mawquta. Salah has been prescribed upon the believers on prescribed time for them to offer 5 times a day. Some have the habit of just combining all 5 prayers at one time before they go to sleep. That's not the way Rasulullah and Allah intended for believers. Allah and Rasulullah want believers to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 5 different times in 24 hours. Thus, this is one way that we celebrate during the month of Ramadan our prayers. Second way that we connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during the month of Ramadan is through Quran. Quran is the owner manual of the Muslims, of the human beings. Just like any gadget that you buy, it comes with the owner manual. It explains to you what you need to do and how you can really best utilize this particular gadget that you have purchased. And the more you familiarize yourself, the more you stand to benefit from that. Similar is the case, if you want to use your life on earth to the fullest, read Quran. Owner manuals are also given by the manufacturer. Who created us? Allah.Once. Who gave this Quran? Allah.Once. If you learn and familiarize and understand, you will understand the potential and the strength and ability for us to perform miracles on earth. It is in lieu of our understanding of our own capability and strength. We are failing to deliver what Sahaba Rizwanullahi ta'ala alayhi ajma'in have delivered. We are failing to achieve what our predecessors, our ancestors have really achieved. And those even in our time have literally internalized this message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, are literally performing miracles left and right. So if we too also want to live our life to the fullest, we have to do what? Understand Quran. Many of us have lived 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, even 70 years of our life, never once have finished the Quran in the language that we understand from cover to cover. How can we then go ahead and blame others for the condition that we are in today? When we ourselves have not done enough, when we ourselves have not invested in ourselves, when we ourselves have not valued ourselves the way we're supposed to. Thus, the preparation of the month of Ramadan starts from the month of Rajab. Month of Rajab is a historical month when it's come to. I recited the words from the Holy Quran, Surah the Bani Israel, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says the first ayah, Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdi. Glory be to the one, referring to himself, Allah.Once, who has given his abd, Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah referring to the journey from Mecca to Al-Quds, and from there up to the heavens. Where Rasulullah traveled on the land from Mecca to Jerusalem, from Jerusalem up to the heavens to meet and have audience with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is in this meeting that he returned with the gift. That was the Mi'raj of Rasulullah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not deprive his followers from the Mi'raj. What is the Mi'raj of a believer who believes in Rasulullah? Is the Salaah. That was the gift that was given to Rasulullah in the Isra Mi'raj. That is the gift that he returned from. And that was originally 50 prayers in a day. Obviously, you and I can understand today how challenging at times we feel to offer 5 times a day. How would it have been if it had been 50 prayers a day? It's reduced to all the way to number 5. And 5 was the one that Rasulullah brought. And the reward still is given to the believer as if he or she is offering 50 prayers a day. What I want to say is this. Every single year when the Rajab comes, it gives us an opportunity to revive and revisit our Salah. Many of us have been praying Salah for decades, in the same way as we have memorized pre-teens years. Never once we had an opportunity to go back and revisit and to see what is the health of our Salah. Over time we may have developed some mistakes. And it is very likely that we may have been reading our Salah wrong. And yet we question and wonder that why our Salah is not answering, why our Salah is not being accepted, why our prayers are not being answered. You and I understand we live in today's time and information age where you simply make a mistake on one digit, you have a wrong missed call, different place. You change or miss a single letter in your email, it will not be delivered to the intended party. How many such mistakes do we have in our salah and we want it to be delivered to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Something to think about. Second question. We care about our physical well-being. We make sure we stay healthy. At least have an annual physical checkup. If anything is diagnosed or suspicious, we want a second opinion. And we will not rest until we find the solution to our problem. That is how much concern we are when it comes to our physical well-being. And at least annual physical checkup is there. What about the salah well-being check? When was the last time that we sat down with a learned person? When was the last time we asked our spouse to listen to our entire salah? When was the last time we had an imam listen to our entire salah and correct if there's any mistakes? We need to have this rational thinking. We need to really put these things to work. And this is how concerned we ought to be when it comes to our spirituality, in order for us to live our life to the fullest. So I strongly encourage that every one of us, every single year, during the month of Rajab, sit down with an imam or learned person and rehearse the entire salah. And let them listen to you and identify if there is anything to be corrected. And if you're doing really good, nothing but thank to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thank you Allah. And go back to your routine. This could be one way that we could prepare for the month of Ramadan every single year, giving ourselves an opportunity. Month of Ramadan is the month of Quran. The mere fact that the Quran receives, that the month of Ramadan receives its blessings and enjoys a great position in the entire Islamic calendar is because in the month of Ramadan lies 10 nights. Those 10 nights have one night. That one night is called Night of Power, Al-Laylatul Qadr. That Laylatul Qadr became more than 1,000 months. The value of that night, anybody who worships gets the reward of equal to worshipping more than 1,000 months. 1,000 months is not only day and night. Without even blinking of an eye, missing an opportunity, continuously worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is how much reward one will get in worshipping in that particular one night. That night became so powerful night because it is the night in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Holy Quran. So the mere fact, the revelation of the Quran makes an ordinary night an extraordinary night. If that ordinary night falls, extraordinary night falls in the last 10 nights, all those last 10 nights become the extraordinary 10 nights in the month. If those last 10 nights falls in that particular month, which is called the month of Ramadan, becomes the extraordinary month in the entire calendar. If this is what the fact that the Quran was revealed on that night makes that month an extraordinary month, then talk about you and me on the nation on which Allah has revealed the Holy Quran. As compared to all other ummahs, all other ummah of Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, the ummah of Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam becomes an extraordinary ummah because of the fact that you are the one and we are the one upon whom the Quran was revealed. That is our maqam. That is who you really are. We have got to understand, with the relationship with the Quran, we become extraordinary. After having blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in such a great manner, how can we afford to lose connection with Quran? That made us an extraordinary ummah. That made us an extraordinary person. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ashrafu ummati wa hamalatul Quran." The most noble of my ummah are the ones who have memorized Quran. Whatever degree of Quran that you have committed to your memory, the nobility of you have increased to that much. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلم كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. The best amongst you are the one who teaches Quran and learns Quran. All the times that you look into the Quran, all the honor has been given only by having the strong relationship with the Quran. What's in it for me? Yeah, Imam, okay, I understand. Is there anything else? Yes, there is an incentive. For each and every single letter that you utter from the Quran in Arabic language, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's angels will write 10 good deeds for you. And since this is the month in which the Quran was revealed, the month of Ramadan, if you want to read Quran during the month of Ramadan, every single letter you'll be credited 70 good deeds. Minimum. So the month of Ramadan has a special relationship with Quran. When Rasulullah saying start preparing for the month of Ramadan months in advance, focus on these two. Your salah should be perfect before you get into the month of Ramadan by having somebody to listen to your salah, and if you have had some work need to be done, now is the time to start working, because when Ramadan hits, you want to be ready to start taking advantage of it from the very beginning. And if you're not fluent in reading Quran in Arabic, and make a point at least to finish Quran once, at least during the month of Ramadan in Arabic. And if you're not fluent enough in reading Arabic, start reading it in advance with the goal to finish during the month of Ramadan. And if you're of those who've been reading Quran at least once in Arabic during the month of Ramadan, how about reading the Quran with the meanings? Make that a goal. That is called you're preparing for the month of Ramadan. So start reading the month of Quran in translation in the language that you understand, with the goal to finish before Ramadan kicks in. So you have finished reading the entire Quran, you're fresh in your memory what Allah is expecting from you, and you're ready to take full advantage of the blessings of the month of Ramadan. That is the preparation. Not just that Imam is saying, Ramadan, and we all say, Ameen, that's end of the story. Practicality is required in Islam. Faith in action is what really is asked of us. So we're going to have to do whatever we can to make sure that we live Islam. So inshallah, I hope and pray that I have drive the point across loud and clear for everybody today to make this decision that yes, I am going to do in whatever capacity is start preparing in a practical manner for the month of Ramadan. One, by making sure my salah is perfect. Second, in start reading Quran and establishing my relationship with the Holy Quran. And once we have these two things, inshallah, you will see by next year around this time, we all will find ourselves in a better position. Better position not only spiritually, I can guarantee you it will have an effect on your financial status, your relationship status, your status in the community, your standing in your society. It will all honor. Why? Because Rasulullah have said that you will become honorable, you will become noble if you want to establish and engage yourself with the Quran. Quran among all of the books on earth is on the highest level. And anybody who attaches themselves with it will by default will get the highest status in the society, in the community. You want to be noble? Establish your relationship with the Quran. If you want to be respected, establish your relationship with the Quran. If you want to be an honorable, establish your relationship with the Quran, and you will see. Why? Allah says, "Inna nahnu nazzalna dhikra wa inna lahu lahafizun." Indeed, I have revealed this Holy Quran. I will safeguard it from corruption till the day of judgment. Yeah? When you attach yourself with something that Allah has taken upon Himself to protect and guard, you automatically will be guarded and protected. Not a day in a believer's life should go by without he or she at least reading one page from the Quran. If not possible, at least one ayah, one verse a day. That is what you call establishing relationship. And if Allah lets you read an ayah or a page with the meaning, never mind whether you remember this afterwards or not. Keep doing it. A time will come that it will stick in your head, inshallah, inshallah. But our goal is to establish our relationship. So we talked about Isra and Mi'raj. Isra and Mi'raj have a special relationship to Salah. So let's talk about 2 minutes on the Salah and its importance. When Rasulullah had the audience and the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala up in the heavens, he had audience with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah gave him the gift of Salah. Salah is the mi'raj of a believer. Salah is when you communicate with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we need to have this concentration and devotion and expectations of reward from the Salah itself. Without which, our Salah will become a ritual, which will have no meanings to it. And if the Salah becomes meaningless, it remains spiritless. and it has no benefit. Though you may have a check mark that you have completed your obligation, however, there is more to just completing your obligation in the salah. There is your spirituality and uplifting of a iman, of a believer. And if that is not happening with our salah, then there's something fundamentally wrong with our approach and understanding of the salah itself. Salah is the lifeline of a believer. Salah is a method of communication with your Rabb. When you have a situation and when you needed somebody to talk to, you look for the person who would lend a ear and shoulder. And as you are vented out, you expect it to feel better. And that's what we do normally in our life. Being a believer, we are privileged not only to turn to the creation, but the Creator is ready to listen to us. And Salah is that method. Falling prostrate before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, pouring our all worries front of Him. Before you even lift your head from the sujood, you should feel light heart because you have already poured every single thing before Allah, saying, I'm bringing all of my worries to you, Ya Rabb. You take care of it from here. I'm going to wait for your command and guidance. There is a reason 5 times a day a salah has been prescribed. So all those worries that we have, periodically we are keep coming back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, submitting and surrendering, seeking solutions and asking Him to take care of all of it. That is what's supposed to happen. If you have some connections in the city, if you've been having problems with getting permits, if you have access to that person who can issue, how difficult would that be for you to get it done? How many people will come to you to help you to reach that person and get this stuff taken care of? Very easy. If you know the mayor, or the governor of a state, or the president of a nation, you and I are privileged to have the Creator of the universe connection. Not only once a year, not only once a week, not only once a day, but 5 times a day we have a chance to be in the presence of Allah and present our worries. And yet today's Muslims still seem to be concerned, worried, feel defeated, depressed. How can we go on doing these things when we have the connection? What is going on here? When you look earnestly, we literally have lost the purpose of the salah itself. So when we understand the power of our prayers, I can guarantee you with the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will not have anything to worry about in life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will become sufficient for our affairs. And within no time our situation will become better for our own self, our stress and anxiety will be under control, our relationship with our spouses and laws and our children, our relatives, and our standing in our societies and community will change for better. And efforts that we put into will be rewarded many-fold. Why? Because it is not only you who is doing the work, it is Allah who is involved in your work. And that is how we find blessings in our time that we were able to do the work that others will struggle to get it done, fraction of it. And we are able to do that work within no time. How? If you listen to the life of Sahaba Ridwanullah Majmain, they do the same thing. Rasulullah within 23 years of his life in Nabuwah, from the time that he received the revelation until the time he parted from this world, 23 years, changed the whole thing. How was he able to do this in such a short period of time? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was there to assist him. The same Allah is ready to help Muslims today if they want to put trust in Him and do as asked. And even in our time, even in our own community, and I'm sure you will have somebody in your own community who does so much in their life, and we always look up to them, we say, brother, how do you do this? Sister, how can you handle? Wow. And look no further than their own life and relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are heavy on trusting Allah Rabbul Izzat. They are very quick to put on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all their affairs. And Allah takes care of them. They are very much inclined towards taking care of the human needs and the people who are around them. You take care of the affairs of Allah's people, Allah take care of your affairs. It's given. Izzat. And that need to become perfect. So when you stand in prayer, I'm going to, in the interest of time, just talk about Surah Fatiha. After you say Allaah, you say your Surah Al-Fatiha, look, Allah, the creator of the universe, up in the heavens. We are not in the solar system, but one planet Earth, from all the planet Earth, over the billions of people, one individual, as a believer, is standing in prayer, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah is engaged in communication with us. When we say, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Allah the Creator says, Hamidani Abdi. My servant has praised me. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, when we say, Hada bayni wa bayna abdi, this is the contract between me and him. Every single time when we read Surah Fatiha, Allah is engaged in communication, conversation. Are we aware of this? Or we just, and end of the story. We need to appreciate this. One of the ways that scholars have said that you can literally add value to your salah, before you even begin your salah, consider and think that this could be your last salah that you'll be given the opportunity to stand before Allah. Every salah with this niyyah that this could be the last one that I'm praying, imagine how beautiful our salah will become. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq and allow us to really revisit the true essence of our belief and live our life to the fullest, inshallah, summa inshallah. Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu. Wa nashhadu anna sayyidana wa habibana wa shafi'ana maulana Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Qala Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fi al-Quran al-Majid ba'da a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna 'alan nabiy. يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا وحبيبنا شفيعنا مولانا محمد عبده ورسوله قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار والعياذ بالله. Very briefly, we talked about building our relationship with Allah, the Creator. There is one more component to our relationship, that is our relationship towards the creation. We have duty towards creation. We have certain rights over us with those whom we mingle and spend our time with, or in the societies and the communities that we are in. And when we fulfill these duties, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala recognizes and appreciates that. And when we do this dutifully for the sake of Allah and Allah alone, without anything expected in return for the services that we render to each other, Allah becomes sufficient for our reward. وَمَا أَسْأَلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ مِنْ أَجْرٍ إِنْ أَجْرِيَ إِلَّا عَلَى رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. We do not ask you of anything in return for the services that we are providing you. Our reward is but with Allah.Once, the sustainer of the universe. If we adopt this attitude, each and every single effort that we put into will deliver with many, many folds rewards and benefits. And with the sincere support and effort that we work towards the community's well-being, not only the well-being of the community will be taken care, but when Allah appreciates and accepts your efforts, He makes the creation appreciate that as well. One of the famous hadiths quickly I want to mention here is that Rasulullah said, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes someone, appreciates their work, and wants to recognize them, He calls upon Jibreel alayhi salam. And He said, "Oh Jibreel, so and so is the person that I like and love. So you too, I command that love that person." Jibreel takes that message and goes to the angels and proclaims the same, that Allah loves such and such person on earth, and He demands that you too also love that person and respect. Then He commands the angels, go and descend on earth and proclaim to this creation on earth. And they come down and proclaim unto the creation. And all that exists on earth hears this voice of the angels and begin to respect and protect this individual from their harms and facilitate and help that person to to continue to serve the nation and community that they are in. And this is how, when one is accepted in the eyes of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives that person recognition in the eyes of the creation. Allah is ready to recognize our efforts. And this has been the case from the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam till now. Even in our own communities, there are many, many brothers and sisters who are committed for the service and well-being of our neighbors and our community members. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them this honor. I happened to be last week in New Jersey. There was a brother, a community activist. Masjid Makoki, I believe his name, was last name, if I don't know how to pronounce. Brother Muhyiddin Dean. They call him Brother Dean. Brother Dean was so recognized in the community, he had 5 imams in that gathering from different masajid, far from each other. Each imam claiming to be our community member. One person, 5 different communities claiming that he belongs to our community. There are many who have been touched by his efforts and community work. That each and every single community feels that he belongs to us because this person's one quality was one thing, that is, he just wants to be of service to anyone in any shape and form that he can. He just wants to help somebody. Many have come, even said that he has paid for the tuition fee of the individuals that he doesn't even want to know the name. He gave it for the sake of Allah. Any sister who is in need, he will just go and help. Any new community or masjid coming to existence, he will go and see what can I do to help you out. And that brother was not simply rich, but he was rich in resources and his heart. And that is the beauty and the characteristics of a believer. When you have a concerned and loving heart, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will provide you with the means to help those who are in need. You just need to volunteer yourself to be that vessel between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the creation. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will use you for the services. And not only was he the favorite of the imam of the community and the community, he was also well connected with the local officials. He would go to the town hall meetings, he would go to the city, he would go to the mayor. There were 4 or 5 officials and mayors who were present over there to speak on his memorial. And saying that he was the person who would come and again knock on our doors and take our time and demand our time to bring the issues of the community to our attention. This is how, because of the Brother Dean, we came to know the Muslim community today, and they came to show respect in his funeral. This is the value and the quality of a believer when he or she commits himself to serve the communities at large without regard to the color and the creed. Well-wisher of the humanity is what gives you this popularity, and you live long after you have parted from this world in the heart of the believers and the human beings. Regardless of their faith, they all came to show respect to him. Why? Because he became honorable by servicing the creation. Once Rasulullah said, "Do you honor Allah?" Obviously the answer, what you think, might have been from the Sahaba. "Yes, Ya Rasulullah." And when Rasulullah asked this kind of question, you know there is something coming. He then asked, "Do you want Allah to love you?" The answer was much louder, "Yes, Ya Rasulullah." Then he said, "Serve humanity." This is how much Rasulullah values being beneficial of the human. And those who really adhere to this and adopt, you see the Brother Deen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has rewarded him. There are many Brother Deens in our communities that need to be recognized. There are many Brother Deens who need to be assisted and supported and encouraged. And we are here. Today I stand in Chicago in this cold weather to warm your heart in the spirit of working and being of the service of the humanity. And when you do this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first and foremost will recognize, and He will have the message sent down on the earth for the humanity to appreciate. And while today Imam Musa is standing in the member and talking about Brother Deen, who gave Brother Deen this recognition? Allah Rabbul Izzat. The same Allah is ready to recognize you, my brothers and sisters. Do whatever you can for the sake of Allah, for the betterment of society and the humanity that we are in, to serve. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to practice Islam in our daily life. Last but not the least, there is a sister. You know there is a lot of hijab protests going on, right? In support and solidarity of the sisters in India. Because she was using hijab, there were Hindu people got around to really threaten and terrorize her. In that moment, surrounded by this gangster or whatever you may want to call it, terrorists, even the terrorists are a good enough word to describe that evil people. 21-year-old sister with the hijab, finding herself surrounded by these individuals, chanting Hindu their sentences to the Muslims in Islam. She says nothing but one thing: Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That Allahu Akbar, that sister alone in that midst, remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala once. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed her to hear her name across the globe. Fazkuruni azkurkum. You call upon me, I will call you. You remember me, I shall remember you. When Allah remembers you, He makes the entire humanity remember you. This is the power of Allahu Akbar. This is the power of your belief and my belief. This is the power of our prayers. This is the maqam of you and me. Recognize your maqam. Know who you really are. And I demand from you to do your best to live your life to the fullest in accordance with Quran and Sunnah. And die not unless in the state of Iman. And die in the state after 1 year gone, people will remember you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among us. Allahumma ansur al-Islam wal-Muslimina fi kulli makan. Allahumma ansur al-Islam wal-Muslimina fi kulli makan. Allahumma ansur al-Islam wal-Muslimina fi kulli makan. Allahumma habib ilayna al-Iman wa zayyinhu fi qulubina. Wa karrih ilayna al-kufra wal-fusuq wal-isyan. Waj'alna min ar-rashidin. Waj'alna min as-salihin. Waj'alna min at-tawwabin. Waj'alna min al-muttaqin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inna kunna min adh-dhalimin. Allahumma ansur al-Islam wal-Muslimina fi kulli makan. اللهم حبيب إلينا الإيمان وزينه في قلوبنا لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين اللهم آت أنفسنا تقواها وزكيها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها اللهم إنا نسألك سلامة في الدين وعافية في الجسد وزيادة في العلم والهدى وبركة في الرزق وصحة في العقل إلهي إلهنا توبة قبل الموت وراحة عند الموت والعفو عند الحساب والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم بارك لنا في رجب وشعبان وبلغنا رمضان اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما سألك من نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين أقم الصلاة اللهم انت السلام ومنك السلام تبارك وتعالى الإكرام. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا انك انت التواب الرحيم برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much, Imam Mosa, for the family khutbah to get us in the mindset of the upcoming visitor that we're going to have Ramadan. And here at Masjid Al Farooq, alhamdulillah, we have Imam Usman Tonkara. Every Fajr Salaah, we read about from 8 to 10 pages of the Quran continuously year round. You can find that also on the YouTube channel. We have a complete Quran recitation by him on a playlist for Fajr on our YouTube channel. Next month, inshallah, we'll have the clinic. Please stop by, check your blood sugar level, check your cholesterol level, and other illness that you might think you have that you want to have access to, your prescriptions or anything. The doctors are here to help you. It's a volunteer program. You don't have to be insured. You don't have to have the money. Everything is free. You can love by the will of Allah and also by the provision of Masjid Al Farooq. Your information, personal information, is not known to Masjid Al Farooq. It's just the doctors. And also, we have the Janaza program. Sorry, I have never been announcing this. We have a Janaza program here at Masjid Al Farooq, where it's been conducted by Brother Talib Abdul Haq. So if you can stop by to see him in the office right here in the masjid, he will give you more detail about the Janaza program we have here. Basically, you tip in or you put in the amount every month or yearly, and it helps the Janaza program. Thank you. Jazakallah khair.
Whatever you want, take it.